A waterfall lies deep in the forest, more than a day's travel from the nearest village. It is said to be a holy place. In search of the divine amid the towering peaks, pilgrims stand beneath the plunging waterfall in their ascetic practice. The water of the fall is freezing cold, but it takes a momentary lapse of concentration, and the person is hammered down by the rushing water. Storms of Heaven. The pilgrim continues waterfall, the storms of heaven. Heaven is testing their mental and physical strength. They say by ordering an endless stream of stones down upon them in the form of the powerful waterfall. And the stones have a mysterious power. The former pilgrim said to Caim, with a pale smile, himself filled in this final austerity, adds, different stones of heaven fall on each person, it's as if they can see in your heart. What do you mean, Caim asked? The burden you bore and the dream you dream in the secular world appear to you one after another. In his own case, he said, what came to him first was the voice of woman. The water plunging down into the basin of the fall began to sound like woman voices. Sweet voice whispering in my ear, voice sobbing, voice moaning in a lover's embrace, an incredible variety. And for better or worse, I knew every single one of them. Some I was still to hear again, while others I hated remembering. Meaning you got in yourself a lot of trouble, modern woman, I have indeed. Not to boast or anything, but I was on battlefield and knew better than anybody. I survived, but I made a lot of women cry, and there were a lot of them I loved. The whole purpose in undertaking the austerity was to put that life behind me. But the stone of heaven know what they are doing. In the final test, they go after your greatest weakness. If you weaver the slightest bit, you are at it. The water slam you down, your austerities are over. The man fits a stick of kindle into the campfire, and I am not the only one who continue. One fellow heard the voice of the mother he hadn't seen since he was a little boy. Another heard the voice of his dead child. Is it always voices? I wish it were. If you hold up to the voices, the water from me starts changing into the shape of people. You might see somebody you hated so much in the secular world that you wanted to kill him. Or it might be some loan shark you had to go into hiding to get away from. One little flinch and you're done for. This particular austerity can be performed only once. There are no second chances. Someone who has persevered for a whole day and night but fails in the end has no choice but to return to the secular world in defeat, as this man did. Not that it was easy for me to get to my feet again once I was back there either. The man chuckles and called out to a young pilgrim, or more precisely, to a young man who was a pilgrim until a few moments ago, but was just now dug himself up to the deep of the basin in utter dejection. Hey, young fellow, the camp's a fire over here. I got liquor to warm up your insides, and some fresh grilled meat. Get a little of that in your stomach and you will have strength to make it down the village. That man now makes his living as master of the tea house by the waterfall. Of course, pilgrims undergoing austerities carry no money with them, but the man is not expecting to become rich doing this work. For body chill by long hours of pounding under the waterfall, he provides a warming fire, food and drink, and sometimes even money to tide them over when they first go down to the village. Payment can be made any time. The man can bring in the money after they started to take in earning again from the job they find in the secular world. He set no date for a payment, he takes no IOU. He says he's fine with that. Aren't there some who don't pay at all? Caim asked. Of course, there are. The men say matter of factly, but I think of me running this house as another kind of discipline for myself. Another kind of discipline? That's right, the stone of heaven will accept only the strongest pilgrim, the one unperturbed by anything. The I want to place to accept the one who were broken by the stones of heaven, the weak human being. I want to go on accepting the weakest of the weak. The kind will not only succumb to the stones of heaven, but will in faith to pay for their food and drink afterward. That is your kind of discipline? Exactly. It makes for a living, that's for sure. I thought I was prepared to deal with cheats and weakling, but there are a lot more of those that I have bargained for. He declared with a hearty laugh. But I need to be too serious and say, to tell you the truth, I think of this less as a form of discipline than as a way to get even. Get even with whom? With those gods or whatever they are, they keep pouring down the stones of heaven. Human beings are weak, shockingly so, in the eyes of a god, but I think, and this is not just because of what happened to me, that being weak is the best thing about human beings. Weakness can make us cunning, but it can also make us kind. Weakness can torment us, but it can just as easily be our salvation. Don't you see? If the gods are rolling down the stones of heaven just to make people aware of their own weakness, just to make us savor our own powerlessness, then I will just as soon drop my trousers among them. I will slap my bare butt and say to them, I'm not like you, I'm not going to punish human beings for being weak. I accept them for what they are, weakness and all. The man fits a new piece of kindling into the fire, saying with a shy shrug, I guess I got carried away. Cain smiled and shook his head as if to say, not at all. Tell me too, the man goes on, I see you are a traveler, but you don't seem to be a pilgrim. You're right, I'm not, Cain said. I was trying to cross over the pass and took the wrong road. Well then, as long as you're here, why not give the stone 11 a try? Be something to talk about. No thanks, Cain said smiling. What's the matter? Afraid they're going to show you whatever it is that shake you up? The man smiled and nodded. Can say I blame you too. The man is mistaken about Cain. He's not the least a bit afraid of such a thing. What scares him is the opposite prospect. That of not being shaken up, of encountering in himself a person unmoved by anything at all. Anyway, it would be suicide to jump into the waterfall without preparation. How's that? It's freezing cold for one thing, there's even colder water bubbling up from a swing in the basin. Even the most well-conditioned person has to be careful and take time to accustom himself to the low temperature. If you go in all at once, it can stop your heart. The man jerked his chin in the direction of the fall as if to say, look at them. Two new pilgrims are preparing themselves for the challenge of the stone of heaven. The men appeared to be brothers. The older one kneels at the edge of the basin, splashing himself and massaging the cold water into his skin from foot to the heart level. The younger brother is too impatient for that. He wants to jump right under the falls. The elder brother cautious him and take all the time he needs to accustom himself to the water coldness. He exudes the quiet power of one who has withstood the most righteous training. Ha! Etiosum said to Cain, smiling. We are in for a rare privilege. I think we are about to see the first successful attempt in a long while. You can tell? Cain asked. You can if you spent as much time here as I have. The winner and loser are decided before the men even step under the falls. Having completed his meticulous preparation, the elder brother enters the basin. Even then, the step he takes are slow and cautious. The younger brother follows me, kicking up a spray with every step. The younger one is hopeless, the man with a sigh, adding another stick on the kindling fire. It's better get the alcohol ready now, he mutters to himself. The brothers stand side by side beneath the pounding waterfall. The stone of heaven rained down upon them, as the man predicted. The elder brother, after a call, stand up to the onslaught of images sent by the stone of heaven. Also, as the man predicted, the younger brother yields to the stone of heaven and is beaten down into the basin of the waterfall. But then something happened that goes far beyond what the man predicted. Written in agony, the younger brother Bob helps in the basin, unable to raise himself. He's drowning. He tears at his own chest. His heart is failing. He was not fully prepared to handle the icy water. Help me, brother, please. But the elder brother doesn't move. He remains under the waterfall in total concentration. Hey, what are you doing there? Hurry up and help him, the man yells. But the other brother's expression remains unchanged. He never flinches. He's drowning, you can just leave him like that, he will die. The other brothers never move. He grit his teeth to keep his eye clamped shut and show no sign of moving out from under the waterfall, as if to regard, this is it, this is the final test of the Stone of Heaven. The man screams at him, you idiot, and dives into the rolling basin in a rash effort of the younger brother. For the moment his untamed body hits the frigid water, the shock of a feet says his heart. Still he reaches out toward the drowning brother, which sinking beneath the surface. A great shudder goes through him, and with an enormous groan it takes hold of the young man's waist and pulls his slim body towards him. He tries to return to the shore, but he stands given out and he falls back into the water. Next it is Cain turns to enter the basin beneath the fall. He takes hold of the two unconscious men and drags them toward the shore. The stone of ever pours down Cain, and is absorbed by one vision after another, butterflies seen from his wandering shooting stars, the climbing sinking sun, raging winds, encounters that of two has come to know on the road of his soul to long life. It will do you no good, he said in the curse to the gods, holding the stone of heaven at him. My heart remained unmoved. I live through a reality far crueler than your phantom you can show me. Whether or not his life is a sign of strength, he does not know. He will not boast of it, nor he will tell details to others. Yes, however, lived it. That much is certain. Yes, lived it to the years. Cain climbs onto the shore and led the limp body of the house master and the younger brother beside the fire. As he wonders himself, he thinks the gods who were the sons of ever are inferior gods. If they could truly see into everything, they would never have been foolish enough to show Cain sin from his past. For what would disturb him most of all would be the unwelcome sight of moment from his own limitless future. As if they were to ask him one simple question, for what purpose were you born? His knee was buckled in an instant. The first to regain consciousness in the young pilgrim. That his house master's condition is critical. Cain attempts to warm me up and massage his conscious heart with little effect. Pull yourself together now, look, we got a fire here, the fire you built, let it warm you. Cain shouted into his ear until the man finally managed to force his eyes open, a crack and move his purple lips. Is he alright? Sure he's fine, don't worry. Oh, good, good. Pull yourself together, man, tell me true, his strength, the same as coldness. Never mind, stop talking, because if that is true, his strength, his coldness, I don't want any part of it. That man gives Cain a thin smile and closes his eyes. He will never open them again. Human beings are weak and fragile. All it takes for a person to die is for a first-sized organs to stop beating. Human kindness, on the other hand, may derive from everyone's profound awareness of the fragility of life. Facing the house master's lifeless corpse, the younger brother engages his hands and cry. This weak man, defeated by the stones of heaven, shed heartfelt tears for the man who saved his life. His strong elder brother, meanwhile, is still being pounded by the waterfall, unfazed by the stones of heaven. Surely Stein will be recognized by the gods and will bring his aesthetic training to perfect competition. Still Cain find the tear-stained face of the younger brother beautiful in a way the stronger elder brothers can never be, as he wished that he himself could be moved like the younger man. There was an unmatched nobility in the smile of the Chaos Master, who gave up his life to set up for a complete stranger. Cain wishes that he too could experience such feeling. And what of my own face, living thousands and thousands of years of life is not strength, yet the burden with a life he cannot lose. Will Cain ever be able to change weakness into kindness? This he cannot tell, it can only live unknowingly, it can only walk on, it can only continue his journey. Cain looked at his reflection in the basin of the waterfall. On the water-seeming surface, he sees the trembling face of a lonely wanderer.